Peter's given a very good introduction to the event, so we'll really just crack on. To my right, we are joined this evening by Hilary Benn, Simon Hughes, Darren Johnson, James Brokenshire. We've got 5 themes this evening: participation in politics, human rights, corporate responsibility, global health and international conflict. And then after that we'll break out into the follow-up questions you've been submitting for the last hour. I've got a selection here and we'll go out to the audience on the ones that have come through. And we'll just play it by ear as to who those should go to. You've got these pink and grey cards. So what these are for is because we want this to be participative throughout, we want this to be collaborative. If you particularly like something the politicians up here have been saying, do just raise your pink card for a moment and just let everyone else in the room know. If you particularly disagree or don't like something politicians have said, just raise your grey card for a second and just let me know and let the rest of the audience know so that you have some feeling about that. I think we'll just move straight on to our first theme.
A lot is currently being made of the youth vote. In recent elections, less than 50% of people from 18 to 24 voted. Can you tell us your 2 key policies, not for the courting the youth vote, but to increase it?
Thank you, Adam. Firstly, can I say I think it's great to be here this evening, and I do hope that by virtue of these sorts of events that we can actually promote greater engagement and interest in the whole political process. Because if we really believe in activism, if we believe in young people being involved in politics, then I think we should lower the age at which people can stand in Parliament. Currently, it's 21. I think it should drop to 18.
So policy that require change in the law, and that would be to change the voting age to 16. The reason I think that's a good idea is because that's the compulsory age until which you have to stay at school, and many young people can leave then. And if you don't give people the right to vote from that day on, and they leave school, by the time they have the right, actually all they were taught at school about the right to vote, the right to support, slipped away and life has moved on.
But it is not true what some people argue, including in this campaign, that somehow politics has achieved nothing in this country for the past 60 years, that it's irretrievably broken. Because actually, by working together, we are able to transform the lives of people.
Putting aside your party loyalty, how would you feel if the party you voted for got the most votes against their candidacy?
It would confirm that we have, putting it really bluntly, a rubbish political system. I mean, nobody, I hope, nobody on this platform could defend that being the outcome, because Parliament is meant to be representative of the British people.
Would anyone like to say why they put their pink card up during what Simon was saying there?
I think that it's very disgraceful the way that our votes don't actually translate into seats in the House of Parliament, and I think that the scaremongering about hung Parliament and minority government and coalition government is completely untrue. Just look at the example of Germany, which is one of the strongest economies in Europe, and they've dealt with coalitions and minority governments for a long time.
Yes, Germany works fine with that system. Italy is another example. The truth is, all electoral systems have their strengths and weaknesses.
I don't believe in establishing a situation of proportional representation because, and I see the hands up there, and I wouldn't perhaps expect anything else to happen. But the reason I say that is that it gives power to the politicians and not the public. I believe very directly in giving that power, and I think you have a much stronger say if you have the system whereby you have the first past the post system, because ultimately it just leads to deals between the politicians, it just re-cements the political elite, and I don't think actually gives the sort of government that the public even want.
How is it possible to have faith in politicians when they are not held accountable for their